Hello, my sensei splinters. It's time for another turn in my All Warhammer Nations Dominions 5 game. I'll be playing a Skavenblight. This is turn number 59. Let's have a look. Completed research and enchantment. That's nice. We get from doing enchantment 6. Well, we get rigor mortis, which we can do quite a bit with if we want to. We get a few earth spells that we're probably not going to cast because we don't have that many earth gems. We're constantly using them up. And we get Eternal Pyre, which I will be casting this turn, and Heat from Hell, which is another nice battlefield spell that we'll be able to fire off whenever we want to. So some useful stuff in there. We have cast Curse of Blood, so we've got a Vampire Lord. We've cast Gnome Lord, but we didn't find any sites. Bloodright, these just give me one vampire. I actually thought we got more than just one vampire for 11 Blood Slaves. I don't think I'll be casting that too much after this, but having a couple of vampires is okay. They can be useful in battles. They fly, they're invulnerable. You know, it's not bad. We cast Improved Mold of Pit Breeding, fine. Mariska cast Gateway successfully. So that was to move a bunch of my troops into that hole I'd made with my Verminlord. I have cast another Verminlord. I'll be doing this almost every single turn because I want lots of Verminlords. They're very strong. They can teleport. We can do a lot of useful stuff with them, and of course we can get them out fairly cheaply, and they're quite strong. We cast some Warpfire Throwers and some Mechanical Men. We're really just building up stuff in the Orc lands, ready to go and invade more things. Kiwi Chew cast Bloodright. That's another vampire that we've got. Again, not super useful, but we'll use them for something. And another one over there, Bloodright. This was a bit of a waste. 33 slaves, I think that was, for 3 vampires. Bit of site searching and didn't find anything. Oh, but we did in Kratos. What did we find? Rockside Spring. Well, I might just have a little look at Rockside Spring, actually. 1 Earth Gem, 1 Water Gem per turn. Very nice. Happy to have that. 4 Blood Slaves. And then we've got some assassinations. Madbite tried to assassinate Gorbad the Orc Shaman. Gorbad is going to use Fire Shield. Usually this is a matchup that we win, even if they get Fire Shield off. The unequipped assassin can get a good chop in there. He didn't hit him that time. He did take a hit back. Speed it up. He did get a hit in, and he is poisoned, so he's pretty much done for. We've taken a lot of damage. 1 hit point left, good lord. But they managed to kill him without getting hit by the Fire Shield, so survives on 1 hit point. They did take a bit of damage. They got a limp. Okay. Well, that's still... They've paid for themselves by doing that. Fetch the Assassin didn't find anyone. I will check which province that is after I've looked at some other stuff. Rockgut the Orc Boss was... there was an assassination attempt against him. Ooh, unequipped assassin against an Orc Boss. I think we can win if we get a good hit in first, because... Oh, no. The Orc Boss got the first hit in, and he has feeble-minded him, so... Can the feeble-minded assassin pull a win out of this fight? I don't think so. No, he flees. So, Scratisk, you failed me for the last time. The first and last time. Goodbye. Didn't find some people there, and then we've tried to assassinate Grubman Smasher, the Orc Big Boss. So we're finding some not terribly... Oh, okay. These imps are going to take off before he reaches me, aren't they? Yeah, and then he's going to try and attack me. But more imps come to help. Problem is that we're still right next to him. And so he may actually manage to get a hit in and kill our assassin. But he does have a lot of imps over him now, so he's pretty much doomed. The question is he going to hit my assassin? Well, he just blew an imp in half. Speed this up. 4 imps coming. The assassin's taking the odd swing. I think the assassin did get hit there. No, it was an imp. Yes, the sheer number of imps is keeping us safe. We've managed to kill him. So we took out a big boss, lost to a boss, lost an assassin there. Yeah, and then we didn't find anyone else to assassinate with our various assassins. We've got a battle in the Desert of the Cliff Dwellers. This is an attack on some neutrals where we were just trying to get rid of our plague rats. So we're sending in our plague rats against these knights. Hopefully we cause plague, but either way we just wanted to get rid of them, so let's just watch. No, I'm not seeing any puffs there, so I don't think plague is happening. They've got a wizard with them, I didn't notice that. Oh, look at this! Look at this troublemaker. To deal with him. Then we've got a battle in Troban. We've got lots of battles against the Greenskins, so let's just watch these. So Troban, oh, this is just a scout checking their main force. Their main force is right here. It's got the god with it. Now that's interesting. The fact that the god is there and rather well equipped. He's got yeah, quite a few things that would keep him safe there. He's overcharged. Interesting. Quite a tough force. I still haven't had a big fight with these. He's going to fly in at the back, is he? Yeah. Well, that is interesting. We could potentially try some sort of magic duel shenanigans with him, but it may not be a good idea. I think he had... Hey, did he have Astral? Am I imagining that? Just check. What exactly did their god have? So they've got two very nasty thug guys here. They've got their assassin slaughterer, Zug the Zod, and of course they've got Deja Vu the Colossal Fetish. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Okay, so he doesn't actually have very high magic at all. He's basically just being used as a sort of thug with fairly budget stuff. Enchanted Salt? Okay, to deal with invisible things. I guess they just got that from an event or something. Yeah, not sure. He's got two. He's mute and never healing wound. Ooh, very unpleasant things to get on your pretender. Okay, so he'll probably be causing me some trouble, but we'll see. In Fairy Forest, that's a Spectral Mage. Is it a Spectral Mage Thug? Yeah, Spectral Mage Thug, very basic one. And they are going after some Province Defense, so this should be very easy. Temper Flesh, Iron Skin, and off they go. Yeah, they're just going to use Fear, basically. If they can get some life drain in, so much the better, but pretty much just a Fear Thug. They're actually causing a bit of chill now, because their small chill are up because it's in such a cold province. Okay, we know what happens there, that's fine. And then we've got a battle in the Lost Lands. So this is a force that I was just sneaking along. It's just some Council Guard and some Storm Vermin, quite a minimal force, with a Plague Priest to bless them. And they're quite happily able to take out Province Defense. That's no problem at all for a group like that. So yeah, it's just another little thing that Skaven can do because they've got stealthy, good troops. It doesn't have to all be thugs. This could be just as effective as one of those little thugs and a lot less expensive. And if I lose it, it doesn't really matter. So these are nice little groups to be having. I should probably have more of them attacking, but it's a bit of micro to kind of set them up and so on. A battle in Troya. This is one of my lovely Wraith Lords, so he's just going to cast Soul Vortex and Vulnerability, I think. Yep, Soul Vortex and Vulnerability, and then it's just him against Province Defense. They don't stand a chance. There's no way they could hurt him, and the Soul Vortex will just slaughter them all anyway, so... Yep. Whoosh. Another Province taken. Then we've got Nethermark. This is Spectral Mage, slightly better version of Spectral Mage Thug than the other one. So he's an Earth Power, Temper Flesh, Iron Skin, and then he's just going to wait for them to arrive so he gets a bit of Reinvig going before they arrive. But yeah, Barbarians don't stand a chance of getting through his ore reliably, so he can just fear and drain life until they're all dealt with. Cool, another province taken. We see a battle in Dandoria. This is between the Lizardmen and a much stronger Slaanesh force. So the Lizardmen have just been taking some provinces back, but this is a better force. They've got a Fiend of Slaanesh with experienced stars there. They've got some pretty decent Chaos Warriors. They're new, they don't have experienced stars yet, but they're casting Body Ethereal on some of them. This guy here. And they've got a fair bit of province defense by the looks of it. You know, got some heavy cavalry, heavy infantry. Not a bad force. Is this going to be enough to beat this solid block of Temple Guard, some of which have experienced stars? They've got very strong Bless, and they've also got Nakai the Wanderer present. I think my money here is going to be on... I think Slaanesh will be able to win this one. I think the Chaos Warriors will do quite well. They've got a bit of Body Ethereal, which is very helpful because they don't have any magic weapons. But yeah, they've done a good thing there with the Long Dead stopping these lance charges. Okay, let's see. So the Temple Guard are getting stuck in. They're well able to deal with heavy infantry. They're not a problem for them at all. If we look at this, the stats of the Temple Guard, it's very good. You know, we know they've got a very, very nice Bless. But the Chaos Warriors should do better. Let's see if the Chaos Warriors are taking it. Not really. So far, not doing that well. They just hit very, very hard, these Obstinate Halberds. Nakai the Wanderer is coming on this flank, and he's probably going to start obliterating stuff. Yeah, he's able to easily kill these guys. Fiend's gone in. Let's have a look. How are you doing? He's doing a bit of killing. He's killed the long dead. Killed the long dead. Oh, he's lost an arm. Yeah, the long dead have done a good job of just absorbing some of the damage that the Temple Guard would otherwise take. Let's speed this up. Quite a back and forth fight, but Nakai the Wanderer is totally holding this flank on his own, not even taking any damage. He's just smashing everyone. And the Chaos Warriors are starting to rout. Yep, so that's that. Well, I was wrong. This was a pretty easy one for Izta in the end. I don't think they lost very much. Take a look. Oh, not that battle. And Doria. Okay, 6 Temple Guard, 6 Saurus Warriors, and they killed all the Province Defense. That was what it was mainly. And then some Chaos Warriors and Fiends of Slanesh. You know, that's good for me to see both sides losing some troops anyway. We enjoy seeing that. A Bokte, this should be... Yes, this is what I've been looking forward to. So this is my Cauldron of 1,000 Poxes mini thug. He's got Chithronic Lion Pelt and Lifelong Protection. The thing he doesn't have is very good poison resistance. He's got poison resistance 10, but that's not really enough, given that he's got automatic foul vapors going off. He's got a Soul Vortex he's cast, and an invulnerability, so he's beyond the level of these guys to hurt. But they're never going to reach him. The question is he going to poison himself to pieces? He's already poisoning himself quite badly. Let's see. He's pretty poisoned. And then, of course, he goes in, and the Soul Vortex is now giving him a bit of healing, which is very important given that he's poisoned himself. Let's just zoom this to the end. He takes a bunch of poison, and he picks up an Affliction weakened, but he's not really in any danger of dying. Yeah, but that was a bit risky. So I really should have had some poison resistance on him. Maybe I'll have to pull him back, because he's quite valuable at 77 blood saves. Lost another bunch of people to Rubberhome to turn into delicious blood slaves for Slanesh. That's getting quite annoying. I might want to do something about that, but I guess I got lots of population to spare. Events, we lose a Warpstone mine. We have another bad thing happen there. Bleh. A mob has formed to oppose our Blood Hunters in Coast Haven. And there's some HGMs. Let's see what the Coast Haven battle is looking like then. So this is the mob. It's villagers. It's crap. It's a bunch of crap. And what do we have? Province Defense and some Blood Hunters. So they cast Summon Imps. And then we've just got some of our rats that were patrolling around. So this should be pretty one-sided. We just outnumber them by so much. So much for your mob. Get lost. Get wrecked full. And then we lose a scout. We kill a Goblin Wolf Rider, and we lose another Eshin Assassin. Was that an important assassin? Let's have a look what he had. Yeah, unfortunately, this was our assassin with the lifelong protection, so that sucks to lose. Oh well. It's the trouble of doing an assassination in a place where there's so much patrolling going on. We did manage to kill something with him, but yeah. Sorry, lost one of my lifelong protections. Unfortunate. Not harmed Greendale. We have gotten into Ograthon, so I'll be storming that and not going into Rubberhome because we're just holding those with thugs. And a Bokte, same thing, basically, with thugs. Troops in Northangs are starting to starve. That's fine, it's just rats. That doesn't really matter. Although we've got a huge surplus of rats here, so it looks like we should be recruiting commander just to move around. I don't think we've got a commander sitting in here to take them. No, I'll just recruit a commander. It's fine. Yeah, there's no one nearby that can walk over and grab them, so that's fine. Okay, so on the Orc front, I am going to attack more provinces with my thugs. Not much more to say. This group is going to be moving out here and hitting this. So we've got Spectral Mages hitting here. This is going to be hit by Spectral Mage as well. The Wraith Lords are going to attack. There's one there. Any province defense that's missing? Well, yeah, these are all defensed up. Nethermark has not got any province defense. I want at least one. So yeah, I don't know exactly where this army's going to move. Maybe nowhere. I really still don't know anything about this army. Perhaps they're going to attack up here now they've got their god with them and make a move for this. If they did, that could be a very successful battle for them. I'm not sure. It's really not clear. I think one of the things I'm a bit worried about is their God just flying around and wrecking stuff, and also the I've got a bunch of soul slays queued up there, and I've got some other things coming in. I've got some more troops coming in. Yeah, maybe we need some more bits in there just to keep an eye on if their god comes in. Not sure what would be a good counter to their god other than just hitting it very, very hard. I can move in some more. Yeah, I'm already sending in this guy who's going to be doing Strength of Giants. I think we'll just see. Perhaps Ratto Four Tails instead of casting Living Earth, maybe. Let's get Weapons of Sharpness on the rotation, shall we? Maybe instead of Living Earth, we do Weapons of Sharpness. 10 Flesh Iron Skin's fine, yeah. Should we get another one of them off? Let's do another Weapons of Sharpness in there. And they can do some fighting. I think they've got Reinvigoration. It's fine. Okay. Some more mechanical men being cast. They've already got a big army of mechanical men holding the front line. You know, this is my province where I'm just doing loads of fire, basically. I guess we'll just see. I've not really planned out a perfect matchup with these orcs. It would be fun if we had a big fight there, but it's okay if we don't. I don't want any more province defense there, that's fine. Yeah, I'm leaving this one as an assassin trap. It's just being sieged by some crap. This one I'm storming. I'm just storming it with my Falvapus trap. It's exactly, you know, the same army, same composition and everything. I'm just going to storm it with Falvapus. See how that goes. And yeah, down here I'm moving to attack. I'm moving this force here to start sieging Greendale because it's a throne, and I would quite like to just take a throne. I've got Kiwichu going after this army. I'm also moving up. He's not really in teleport range to go anywhere useful, but I'm moving Trufflepuff, my new Verminlord. He is also kitted out as a thug. He's moving up. I'm moving Ruax and Kresban over here to cast a bunch of fire elementals against the bunch of knights that are over there and deal with that. Ruax is sort of thugged out. I guess we'll see how that goes. If that goes horribly wrong and I lose Ruax, that would be very stupid, but it's fine. It's fun to just experiment with these things. Yeah, more forging, casting up another Verminlord here, and I'm casting the Eternal Pyre over here, which will give us massive fire gem income. Not that we haven't had massive fire gem income so far, but even more massive. The other thing I've done is now that I've got my Bag of Winds set up on Korrigol, oh, you can note Anthrax is moving over to the Orcish front as well. Korrigol is going to Cloud Trapeze over here and summon up an Queen of Elemental Air, which will be good to have those flying around. They can do all kinds of horrible things to our opponents. Research-wise, we're going for Evocation, which we've been planning to do for ages, of course. We get Firestorm, which is very exciting. And we get, I think Firestorm's the main thing I was after there. We could potentially do some stuff with Nether Darts, and we want to move towards getting Pillar of Fire, because Pillar of Fire is very fun. We can also do some stuff with Seconds. Sun at some point potentially. I don't think the other stuff is that interesting. Maybe we could go for Maelstrom if we get enough gems. Obviously Maelstrom is very strong, gives us lots of gems. We always like to have things like that. But yeah, I think Evocation is just fun for Firestorm primarily. I can roast big armies with it. That would be very amusing to me. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this turn. Hopefully we'll have some big battles next turn. Thank you for watching, and I will see you then. It's turn number 60. Let's have a look what it brings us. We have another Verminlord. I think I'm going to stick at 4 Verminlords. Maybe I'll go to 5 Verminlords, I'm not sure. But because I'm naming them after my best friend's various pets, I've got a certain finite number of names that I can use. But I think he's had 8 Dagoos. It's kind of a Chilean rodent that I can use for names. I've cast Reanimate Archers and Arouse Hunger. I think the Arouse Hunger is not going to go terribly well, but I thought I'd test it. That's just a remote to attack the orcs in a province I couldn't reach. I've cast Curse of Blood, so another Vampire Lord. Korrigol has Cloud Trapeze. This is my Queen of Elemental Air caster, has Cloud Trapezed over to the place where I get a discount. I've cast Eternal Pyre, so I now have a truly ridiculous fire gem income. We can go and have a look at that in a moment. Some more mechanical men, so we've got a big army of mechanical men in the Orc territory. Battle in White Forest, this will be the Arouse Hunger, I believe. Yeah, so we get a bunch of ghouls and one ghoul leader, and they're against a very small amount of PD, but I think that this province defense might actually be enough because the ghouls are pretty useless, unless you do multiple castings. So they'll do okay against the militia, but then the heavy infantry will start chopping them up. Oh, it's close. They've got to the archers? No. Problem is, the ghouls have... Oh no, their morale's actually okay. I thought they had bad morale, but I guess it's just they took a lot of checks because a bunch of them died. Anyway, they retreat. Didn't find any magic sites. Bloodslave hunting continues. This is getting quite micro-intensive now, the amount of Bloodslave moving around I'm going to do. And because I've got so much gold, I might just start building labs in the places where I'm doing the most blood hunting, because it'll cut down on the amount of micro I have to do, which is very inefficient, but, you know, by being efficient by doing micro, I'm being inefficient with my time, and I'm feeling quite rushed today in terms of time to do this turn and get it recorded. So we've got a battle in Troban. This is just a scout checking their big army. Their big army is still scary. It's much the same as before. It hasn't moved. The orcs are being like weirdly passive, and I kind of thought they would be a little bit because they were when they were fighting the high elves. They didn't want to have like that big final battle. They were quite cautious, but we'll see. Got a battle in Ionia. This is one of our thugs. This is the not terribly strong Spectral Mage thug. He's against Province Defense. I don't think he's going to have a problem with this. Let's just put it on fast and watch. So Temper Flesh, Iron Skin, and he's going to rely on the Ore Shield that he's got. Yeah, so he'll be fine. The Ore Shield is the main thing there, along with Fear, and he's able to life drain if he takes any damage, so just ends up routing these guys. Skip forward as much as we can. He goes slapping away, slapping them all up, and they're defeated. So a pretty sizable bit of province defense defeated there. Then we've got Urfel. This is a stronger force. This is one vampire guarding Kiwichu the Verminlord. He's casting Soul Vortex Invulnerability, I imagine, and blessing himself. Oh, but they've got a bunch of griffins. So they've got a mixed force of leftover troops and a bunch of griffins. Not sure what they were using these for, but obviously they were using them to help with a siege at one point. But they are not going to be much use. They'll interrupt his casting a bit, but him plus the vampire should easily be able to defeat these various surrounding enemies. And because he's got the Soul Vortex, he's going to get all his fatigue back, and there's lots of nice juicy things for him to use as batteries over there. So he just routs them. The vampire's doing a bit of fighting and will attack them as they flee. He finally gets the rest of his script off, body ethereal and so on. And they're chased off as the vampire attacks them. So we got... Did we get any kills on some good stuff there? Some griffins, wolf riders? No, because most of them just ran away. We didn't really get a chance to kill their real troops, so it's province defense mostly. But some of them will have died in the retreat. We've got taking control of Nehekhara because there was no one guarding it, and we're attacking an Okajab. Okajab, this is our little force of, if you'll recall, Storm Vermin and Council Guards. This is a really efficient thing the Skaven can do with their stealthy troops. Is just make these very efficient little raiding parties, and they are more than capable of dealing with small amounts of province defense with no casualties. So that was a success. We have a battle in Suthu. So we're really just spreading out and attacking the orcs and goblins absolutely everywhere. This is our slightly chancy Cauldron of 1,000 Boxes thug who's he's got a Soul Vortex, but he really needs the enemy to get there so he can use that, or he will poison himself quite badly and maybe to death. But we'll see. So the Foul Vapours is taking its toll on these goblins and things. They reach him. That's good that they actually reached him because he now gets to drain a bunch of health from them. And he's going on a rampage. There we go. So I think he's probably okay. Let's just see him. Yeah, he's fine. He's taken a bit of poison, but he's okay. Good stuff. So we've taken that. That was a fortress, though. A lot of their places are forted, and so it's a bit difficult for us to kind of definitively take over provinces. But they're not coming and taking them back of us, so it's fine. We've now got a battle in the Cliff of the Desert of the Cliff Dwellers. This was a place that the Dark Elves took from us. We agreed they would have this province, but then they just left it with these knights in for a while. So I thought, well, why don't we just go and clear these knights up? I risked sending in a couple of my fire summons, the Ruax and one of these fire spirits, and they've got some fire gems to cast just a ton of fire elementals. So even though this is quite a tough lot of knights, I think this should be fairly straightforward. The fire elementals will just plow into them. Yep, there we go. Another province secured. That's not a very valuable province for us, and the Dark Elves might want it back. I don't know. They've kind of been, again, being quite passive, so we'll see if they do actually want it back. They can contact me to get it back. I won't. I'll leave like one province defense in there. We've now got a battle in the Greenskins' capital, which they don't seem to have been guarding particularly. It's just got the province defense. And we've sent in a not very strong thug. You know, he hasn't even got the Ore Shield. He's just relying on protection and life drain. Yeah, so Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, and then he attacks. This is pretty risky because they've got the goblins come occasionally with these nasty skulkers who do 13 armor piercing damage. So nasty skulkers are quite capable of ruining the day of a tough thing, and he has taken some hits. He's already taken a never healing wound, which is pretty bad. So hopefully his ethereality will get him through this. Taking another hit. He's slurping, but I don't think he's recovering his hit points because he's not really hitting much. He's still got quite a few hit points left. Okay, he got a hit in there and has regained a little bit of hit points, I think. Got another hit point there. Yeah, this ethereality, his defense isn't doing it, but his very high protection and the damage reduction from these and the ethereality is just keeping alive. If he didn't have these experience stars and this heroic toughness, I think he would have died here because he had not good enough equipment. This was a bit cocky of me to attack their capital, and I've done that once before, but this time he's fine. He's now draining because they're all really tired from the cold aura and the cold, so he's now able to just land hits, which means he gets all his hit points back. So he's fine. Let's just skip through this. Yep, there we go. So that's the capital taken, at least for one turn with that thug, and I'll be moving off the capital with him and possibly just keeping something else on there. Put a bunch of assassins in there, maybe. And then we've got a battle at the Fortress of Ogres. This is me storming the castle that I'd taken. So this is kind of a stupid way of storming it. I thought they had a bit more in there, but they've just got a handful of stuff and their wall defenders, and I'm doing a quite painful battlefield enchantment in the case of the foul vapours from the Cauldron of a Thousand Poxes. So I'm probably going to just lose some stuff to poison. So this is really overkill. I should have just sent in like a thug or something to storm this. I've even got like shadow blasts and stuff going on. It's very overkill for what I'm facing. There are some enemy loons and things in there that the imps are chomping on. But yeah, we just swarm through and take it. But I guarantee I will have lost something a bit valuable there. Let's have a look at the casualties. So I lost a Plague Priest, I lost Foulspawn, a Claret. This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I bet there's a bunch of afflictions as well, but lost a Poison Wind Globed it. That's the main thing, is just lost a Plague Priest, which was unnecessary in this battle. I could have taken it without losing that. Some more people are stolen by Slaanesh's nonsense. That's annoying. I might have to deal with that at some point. We've got a new Warpstone Seam. Some Dominion. Feral Woods. I think we can patrol these guys out in Feral Woods. Let's go and have a look. So Feral Woods, maybe we want some patrollers. Let's grab a bunch of troops from who can go with them. Kankatoot. Or Kankatooth, it's just cut off. Yeah, Kankatooth. He's not a tutor. Off he goes. Let's give him a move and patrol action. I think that means he will patrol starting next turn, and he'll be able to deal with those. Back to the messages. So we have got some more events. Got some people in the Land of Plenty. Oof, bit of curse and stuff in Robberhome, not great. Worldwide event. Heat and unrest has increased. Whoa. It is a hot American summer out there. Script of the Grey Seer has foreseen an event that will turn in 6 months. An omen of bad luck and death will happen in 6 months. Well, okay, we'll deal with that when it comes along. We have been discovered. A scout has been discovered there. The scout has been discovered there. That's fine. We've created a fortress in Mushwood, and I'm going to upgrade that to a castle, which is 1 level higher. And then in terms of us storming stuff, Greenskin's North unharmed. Greendale is critically damaged, so we'll be into that next turn. Robberhome, they're repairing it faster than we can get it up. That's because we've just got thugs and stuff. A Bocte, we've severely damaged the walls. Suthu is unharmed. Let's look at a Bocte. A Bocte is this one, and we're moving actually more troops in here, but we've got enough here to severely damage the walls. So we'll be storming a Bocte unless they do something about that. And we'll be storming in Greendale unless they do something about that. We also just got a multi-hero. I think this is... So I had Misfortune 3, which means I shouldn't have been able to get multi-heroes. But I think... Yeah, this has gone down to Misfortune... Oh no, I had Misfortune 2, so I had a 1% chance of getting a multi-hero. Okay, so I got a multi-hero. It's nice to get a multi-hero. I'm constantly recruiting Grey Seers anyway, but it's nice to get one for free. Fine. On the Greenskins front, we've kind of conquered most of their lands. They haven't really put up much defence. I'm waiting for them to do something about it. We've got some stacks of assassins. I will put a bunch on Greenskins North. I've put a bunch... there are some here and some here in these forts in case they try and relieve them. We're going to try and storm some of them. We're going to try and take this throne for sure. Our big force is just going to sit here in case they want to attack this. I don't know now why they would attack this, but we're just researching. So we can just sit here and wait for them, really. I've got Anthrax moving in to reinforce that. Maybe I'll make a kind of effort to go and deal with this army in a minute, but for the moment I don't really care about it. It can sit there doing nothing, that's fine. I'll just take everything else. We have got stuff attacking all of these provinces, so I've got a new Verminlord teleporting in on Caves of Mirror. He is Falafel the Charmer. He is... Oh no, Falafel the Charmer's moving up here. It is Trufflepuff. Trufflepuff is teleporting in. The standard kit that I used last time, it works absolutely fine, so why change a winning formula? He'll be taking Caves of Mirror. Okajab, the forces from there will be moving to hit Fanligia, and they will be supported by one of our thugs. The thug that took Greenskins North is actually going to retreat over to this lab, and I'm going to maybe respec this guy, Valgamu, give him some better weapons. I feel like he's earned it. He's got so many experience stars. Yeah, we haven't really got our assassins going because they haven't been moving, and I don't want to go onto that big patrolling stack. The orcs have still got a ton of air mages hidden here in Sulfuria, and that's of course a throne. But I think what I want to do is, at this point, it looks like I can kind of just destroy the orcs bit by bit if they're not going to do anything about it. And so that will just fall to us eventually. We'll go after that throne and take it. We'll go after this throne and take it. 3 more thrones, lovely. Down here, a big army that they've got sieging Ulthuan, but they're not taking it. We're not going to interfere with that. We're just going to attack these provinces. So we're basically just hitting as many as we can of the, sometimes with the mortals, we're just hitting the provinces which we haven't yet taken and seeing if they do anything about it. We had a huge amount of income this turn, and so I've spent lots of that on various things, temples and so on. But I might start building labs just to make my blood hunting a bit less painful. What else are we doing? We have got our Queen of Elemental Air summoner in place. We're summoning a Queen of Elemental Air. We're moving our vampires in. I've got a couple of those. They're just moving in position to help in case they're needed. And I'm forging some new items and the like. Research-wise, I am going on evocation. We're going to be at level 7 evocation, which will give us Firestorm. That's the important one for us there. Nether Darts as well is okay. And I guess I'm tempted maybe to go try and get Maelstrom. Can we do Maelstrom? I think we can do 3 boosters on in the sea. We've got that and that. What's the other booster? I think there is another water booster. Let me just check. Forge. I can just check this online if I can't find what it is. I felt like no, it's not Sinking Goblet. I felt like there was another water booster, but I can't remember what it is. Apart from Water Bracelet and Robe of the Sea, but yeah, we're up to 5 already, so he actually can cast. Do you want to get a Queen of Elemental Water? They're so much fun. I think this is one of the main things. Is I'm having fun with all these ridiculous thugs, so I think I will cast a Queen of Elemental Water, even if it's not a very good idea. You know, why not? Just go for it. So otherwise, research-wise, get Evocation level 7, go to Blood Magic level 8. Blood Magic level 8 gives us access to the Heliophagai, which I can build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can get Heliophagai. They'd be fun to have. 3 red seconds to instantly raise forts is obviously very strong. Yeah, and I guess we could use Blood Vortex to overwrite the Slaaneshi Blood Vortex if we just throw a bunch of slaves at that. That might be quite fun. I think it's just I'm going to Blood Magic level 8 just for fun for the most part, but yeah, we could also do Horror Seeds with our Verminlords. That might be quite fun. Horror Seeds, I believe, are like the least understood spell ever in Dominions, and they're not very strong either. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just cast them just to see what happens. Yeah, again, not a huge amount of resistance here, and so diplomatically, I'm not really sure. People aren't kind of coming after me, coalitioning me, or anything like that. They're just letting me do my stuff. I know that the war between Slaanesh and actually, we got to see a battle between them, Slaanesh and the Lizardmen. We can see how it's going. Battle in Azimar. We can see fairly strong. You know, they've mobilised quite a big force, the Lizardmen, and it's just munching along province by province. And this is just fighting province defence. This is a province defence on a fort. So they've now sieged one of the Slaaneshi forts. We can see just how devastatingly strong their armies are. I think the way that I fight them will probably be magic moving super combatants and things onto their territory if I do have to fight the Lizardmen again, which I probably will, but I guess we'll see. I'll also just have tons of assassins I'll put out there. One of the interesting things is that having blown all the way through the Greenskins, we've now got 2 borders with the Lizardmen. So if we do get to a war with them, my troops aren't really out of position. We can just go charging into this side of the Lizardmen. That'd be kind of interesting. Okay, I think that's everything for this turn. So I will see you next turn, which will be another new video. Thanks for watching, and take it easy.